You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you with us today here on Denver's Money Talk 1690 KDMT. We are here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. And my, do we have a fine day ahead. Sunny to partly cloudy, stray thunderstorm possible, high of 93 degrees. Winds coming out of the east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And the rest of the week looks to be beautiful, though we'll see a big cool down on Thursday.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your sweater.
Yeah, bring your sweater. By big cool down, I mean it'll be 78 degrees with thunderstorms. And we're going to see that go through Friday. The weekend kind of clears back up, and we're going to have a nice weekend for 4th of July.
It'll be lovely.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, we need a little moisture before the fireworks.
Yes, I think I agree with that. Guess what time it is?
It's time for Eric's News.
It's time for You Choose the News, otherwise known as Eric's News, and Angel just plays along. We've got 3 stories here, possibly 4. We'll see what the time allows us to do. But you choose the order in which you'd like these stories to go. First one is, there's a garage that just hit the market.
A garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Second story is blinded by the light.
Nice.
Yeah. And the third story is sunset in Singapore.
Oh, look at that. You're creating a whole little word picture there.
How about that?
All right, let's do your sunset in Singapore.
Sunset in Singapore. Well, headline reads, night doesn't exist anymore in Singapore. Light pollution. Have you heard that phrase before?
I am hearing it more and more.
Mm-hmm. Light pollution so bad in Singapore that people's eyes never fully adapt to the dark when looking at the sky after sunset. It's pretty bad elsewhere, too. A recent study published in Science Advances created an atlas of artificial night sky brightness that measures and compares the sky luminance around the world. A full 1/3 of humanity lives under skies where you cannot see the Milky Way.
Oh, well, when you're in the city, like when there's these really fun things going on in the sky, maybe a comet or, the strawberry moon or different things, it's easier to see, of course, when you get away from the city lights. You get to where it's dark and you can see the sky better.
Indeed.
But it's getting harder to get away from the city lights.
It really is.
And in the lighting that we're using now, I'm even hearing that it's disrupting, what do you call those little animals that want to sleep at night?
Nocturnal.
And thank you.
Yeah.
Well, and so, or is it disrupting those that are awake at night?
Allow me to read. Oh, you're talking about... let me read.
Right,
Let me read
right.
to you. Light pollution is problematic for several reasons. In addition to making astronomical research difficult, it can impact biological circadian rhythms, altering behavior of birds, reptiles, even Angel Tussey.
I have gotten room darkening shades.
You have.
Yes, the whole world now
needs. It was very
needs.
dark in your house this morning as I pulled up to await your arrival.
You say that every day.
Yeah, well,
even when there's lights on, you say.
It was especially dark.
Oh.
So yeah, no more nighttime in Singapore. This garage just went on sale, hit the market. Or blinded by the light.
Well, let's keep talking about light.
I thought you would want to. Following a similar pattern in the circadian rhythms being disrupted, the American Medical Association has just adopted an official policy statement about street lighting. That's right.
Is Bill?
Come on.
Nobody knows the words to that one.
I know the words to that next line.
Yeah. You think you do.
What's funny is, Bill, when they say revved up like a deuce in the middle of the night, it sure sounds like wrecked up like a douche. And maybe it's their accent. I don't know what a wrecked up douche looks like, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to.
I don't want to know either.
Thank you. Thank you for the musical interlude. The American Medical Association has just adopted an official policy statement for street lighting. Cool it and dim it. The statement, adopted unanimously at the AMA's annual meeting in Chicago on June 14th, comes in response to the rise of the new LED street lighting sweeping the country. The AMA committee issued guidelines on how communities, look, I said commented, committee, and communities all in the same sentence. How communities can choose LED streetlights to minimize potential harmful human health and environmental effects. You see, this is light pollution part D.
Douche.
Blinded by the light. Yeah. A white LED contains a high level of short wavelength blue light, and this has been the choice for a number of cities that have retrofitted their street lighting, such as Seattle and New York. However, people are worried about seasonal affective disorder. In the wake of these installations, there have been complaints about the harshness of these lights. An extreme example is the city of Davis, California, where residents demanded a complete replacement of those high color temperature LED streetlights. Incandescent bulbs have a temperature of about 2400 K, which means it contains far less blue and far more yellow and red wavelengths. Blah, blah, blah. Boring, boring, boring. We're all losing sleep. Blinded by the light.
Right, the light is becoming a big issue.
That's right.
So, and even now, even with all the blue light, we're supposed to be wearing special glasses that protect our eyes.
Let's sing. Blinded by. Come on.
Let's listen. We can all start dancing now. I can dance.
You can dance.
No singing right now.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill. We sure appreciate you and your on-the-spot music choices. All right, so let's talk about this garage. It's not just a garage; it's a derelict garage. I don't know what the garage has done in order to earn the title derelict, but it's likely to have just sat there for years.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
A derelict garage has gone on sale for more than the price of a flat in the same street in northeast London. That's right, the rundown garage in Stoke Newington with a unique green interior has been listed on Rightmove for an eye-watering £360,000.
What's so special about this little garage? Is it just that it's in London?
Pretty much, yeah. There appears to be overcrowding in London. So despite the high price tag, the fold-in terrace garage does not have any utilities and contains two large mounds of what? Oh, Bill, of dirt, according to the pictures. It offers a mint green interior. A one-bedroom flat on the same street is valued at $295,000. You know, here in America, we say, we measure space and say, this is 900 square feet or whatever.
Right, and it's based on, the square footage, price per square footage, multiply that out, and you've got the price of your house, right?
Yeah, there is absolutely no measurement in this article, so I don't know what to say about that.
Okay, so the housing is going for astronomical prices.
But the house has a loo.
Right. So now because of that, now we're selling garages.
Yes.
In hopes that
they will be converted to homes.
They can be converted into homes. And you've seen the, what do? They take the containers, those storage containers, and are converting them into homes. We've seen that. Small homes, tiny homes, that movement. But $360,000.
$360,000 Pounds.
Okay, sorry.
So let's be careful with what we're talking about in the dollars, because that's more. That's like $500,000.
Okay, so it is now, but it's just a
It's a concrete shell.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pictures here. It is utterly windowless beyond the sliding front door.
Right, as most garages are, right?
Mm-hmm. The real question is why the government is encouraging the housing crisis rather than helping people who need a home. Lots of stuff going on there. Housing crisis in London. Folks, stay tuned. There's positive business talk ahead. We've got a huge show for you today. You want to make sure that you stick around with us. This is Angel and Eric, Denver's Money Talk 1690 KDMT and the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of ExperienceProsDeals.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I wanted to share some of my experiences with Go Sober. I am a business owner here in Colorado and had been thinking about going sober literally for about 4 years. One of my biggest choices about going with Go Sober was that I'm a pretty private person, and when my alcohol addiction started, it started very privately. And when my rehabilitation started with Go Sober, it allowed me to rehabilitate privately, and having the flexibility of not having to go into a treatment program, going away from my family, away from my job. The infusions allowed me to put a reset button on loving myself again. My first infusion, I could go right past that neighborhood liquor store and not even think about stopping in and grabbing a bottle of wine. What's next for me is rediscovering all those things that I've lost.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org.
Hi, this is Hugh Hewitt for Granite Transformation. If it's time to redo your kitchen and your bath, this is a product you really have to see to believe. Beautiful granite, mosaic, or recycled glass countertops measured and cut to fit right over your existing countertops, so there's no messy tear out of your old counters. These are heat and stain resistant. They never need sealing, but most importantly, they are affordable and can be installed in most cases just one day. So give Todd Dutton and the staff at Granite Transformations a chance to earn your business. Call them today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. I'm sure you'll be as impressed as I was. I've met Todd, so make sure you tell him that I told you to call and receive a free stainless steel sink and save an additional 10% just by stopping by their showroom. Let Todd and the folks at Granite Transformation save you time, money, and headaches. Call today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. One of the great things I took away from my time in Colorado is a friendship with Todd. Make him your friend as well. Call 303-420-8920.
This is Dan Kaplis. A wise person once told me, if you don't have a seat at the table, you are going to end up on the menu. I think that applies directly to personal injury and wrongful death cases. If you're not represented by a highly accomplished law firm, the insurance company is probably going to eat you for lunch, and you'll never even know it. So if you want to make sure that you and your claim are treated with the respect you deserve, give me a call. We are a serious firm for serious cases. And for 30 years, we have proven our ability to go up against the best the other side has to offer and to win. Our personal injury clients include everyone from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, teachers, farmers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and professional athletes. We are able to make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. You can reach me at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551 or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
Are you interested in being your own boss but don't know where to start? MaidRight offers home-based business opportunities for people without business experience, so you can build a better life for you and your family. With MaidRight, you go into business for yourself, not by yourself. We provide you with a startup package, which includes guaranteed clients, initial equipment, education on MaidRight standards, constant support, and the opportunity to build a sustainable business in the community. MaidRight's home cleaning franchise offers a proven track record of stability, guaranteed revenue, and innovative cleaning methods that will help you deliver superior cleaning services to keep your clients satisfied. Give us a call today and see why a home-based business with Made Right is the right fit for you.
Tap our number now, 303-898-0595. Change your life, 303-898-0595. Life is short. Clean less. Tap 303-898-0595 now.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We are so grateful that you've taken time out of your day to join us for ours. Denver's going to get up to high of 93 degrees. A little afternoon activity in the thunder variety, but you know that's going to be all right.
It's going to be okay. All right. So I was just listening to the commercial before, and I'm learning that we're changing our dialect.
We are?
Changing our verbiage.
Our verbiage?
So we don't dial anymore.
We don't dial what?
Phones.
Oh.
Right? You know,
well,
you don't
if you don't
say
dial phones, how are you going to call me?
Tap.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it says tap this phone number.
You got to buy some tap shoes?
No, tap this phone number. We
Tap
don't say
the phone
dial.
number.
It just caught my attention. Have you not heard that?
Bill,
dial
do you
is
tap
so.
a phone number or do you dial a phone number?
We don't dial anymore. Of course, when was the last time we dialed?
I still say dial, but yeah, tap is what's used in the advertising industry now.
Right?
Tap?
Yeah.
Because there's
Tap
no
the
dialing.
phone number.
Because was that confusing to the millennials?
I know, I think so.
Huh. We
Wow.
call it dialing the phone.
Does Savion know this?
But now we have to tap the phone.
Savion's going to be tapping a different thing now. He's that tap dancer on Sesame Street.
Are you not awake? Are you not
I am
awake? Is
awake.
this too advanced for you to talk about the phone and tapping the phone
Listen,
versus
lady,
dialing the phone?
you brought up we're changing our dialect. Our dialect.
You've
Get
got
it?
to go to
Dialect?
your shoes. I got it.
Okay, good.
Oh, come on, but you know, the dialing, you know, when we were kids, the dialing phone number, did we all have a friend that had like numbers 8 and 9 in their phone?
Oh, yeah,
and
and I screwed it up every time.
And you got to start all over.
It would be the 8th number
Yes.
in a 9-number phone number.
Yeah, you have to start over.
They will never know the pain of having to hang up the phone because you got to the 8th number and you dialed it
And
wrong.
don't even talk to me about trying to play radio contests.
Oh, right.
Yeah, be the 5th caller. Great.
That's right. Radio was invented back then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, actually, do you even know people's phone numbers anymore, Bill? Do you know your wife's phone number?
I know her office phone number, but I don't know her cell phone.
How about your kids?
No, I don't know either one of their cell phone numbers.
Yeah. I don't know their phone numbers either. And so without our phones, it would be, and now you can just, hit the back button if you push it wrong.
Now, what's funny is I know your number and
Okay.
you know mine.
Well, because we knew each other's numbers way back when you still remembered phone numbers,
Yeah.
right? Because we've had the phone numbers for
That's
so
true.
long. But have you changed your phone number? If you changed and got a new phone now and I had a new phone number, I would never learn it.
Right.
I would never learn it, but we
Yeah,
learned it way
basically,
back.
if I lose my cell phone, I'm not friends with anybody anymore. They're gonna have to call me in order to be my friend.
I had a friend who of course, when your phone dies, right? Your phone dies, you need to call somebody.
Yeah.
And you think, okay, well, I'll borrow somebody else's phone. I can't.
Yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
useless.
Dial 911, hope for the best.
Right, I got nothing.
I'm Angel Tussie, and I don't know where I live. I don't know. Please call my husband.
Remember-
Find my husband.
Right? You had to teach your kids their addresses when they were little and their phone numbers. We're going to have to reteach all that again. All right. Well, there's now employers. There's a new trend in office spaces. Employers are seeking blended office settings in order to offer options.
What is a blended office setting? Is that diversity in the workplace?
In office scene. Yes, kind of.
in-
Not in people, but in
not in
office
people.
spaces. Diversity in
In the
office spaces.
space.
So we need some open spaces. We need some closed spaces.
We need some chairs
spaces
with arms.
doors.
And chairs with no arms. And
some
occasional
standing
beanbag.
desks. Some standing desks.
Oh, jeez.
And maybe some walking treadmills.
Who's got time for this?
Right, but there's been, do we want the closed spaces or open spaces? What makes for a better work environment?
Yeah, I've seen the move away from cubicles
Right.
into more collaborative table sharing.
Well, instead of assigning workstations to employees in a one-size-fits-all approach, office furniture manufacturers say that employees need to provide them with the freedom to choose where and how to work based on the task at hand.
Let me see if I understand correctly. Office furniture manufacturers
Yeah, consider the source.
are suggesting that we, the employers, allow you, the employee, to pick where, when, and how you want to work based on your whimsy and
Well, based on the task at hand.
the task at
Right?
hand.
You know, you might need a more private place because you're having phone conversations and you don't need all the background noise, right, to have a conversation. But then you might need some collaborative space where everybody brings their laptop together and we're all kind of co-mingling,
And
right?
clearly, those both need to be in the same under the same roof.
They do. And it is because employees are the most productive and engaged when they can choose the best place to accomplish their work, whether it's at a standing desk or in a lounge area or in a private booth.
It is because office furniture manufacturers have a great PR firm, is what it is.
All right, but also it allows employees to work in locations other than their desks, plays to the sweet spot, right? And so think about, do you sometimes just kind of get bored with working at your desk? You need to get up and walk around, maybe go and collaborate with a coworker on a project or an idea.
Sure.
Sure, right? But if you're getting up from your desk, right? And we're all supposed to be, I mean, the whole idea of sitting at your desk all day long for 8 hours, you know, sitting is the new smoking.
Oh, gosh.
So now if we're changing our spaces, but what I'm reading into this is now, you know, I think there is some sense of pride when you have your own workspace, like when you have your own desk in your own office, right? You get to put your pictures up.
Right.
You know, it's your sticky notes and your highlighters in the drawer. There's some little sense of ownership. Like, this is my little territory. It's my safe space. It's where I feel comfortable.
Well, pack it in and pack it out.
Right. So, yeah, exactly. So now if we have all these shared workspaces.
If you've got a picture of your family, you got to take that out of your briefcase and put it on the table.
Yeah, now
when
everybody
5
gets
o'clock comes,
like a little locker, right? At the end of the day, where you put all your little belongings in your locker because somebody else could be at your desk. And then they adjust your chair, right? They move your chair like to a different level.
Oh, no, they did.
Right?
Oh,
well, yeah,
no,
because you're combining, you're sharing workspaces.
I get a little wiggy, and I don't mind saying so because it's on the record in the history annals of the Experience Pros radio show. You know, we come in, we do the show, right? Here at Salem and at KDMT, it's not been an issue at all because we're the first show in the morning. But if you move my cheese, if you change the chairs, if you
he gets really
I do.
right. Yeah, somebody moves the
This
even
is
if
my office.
Even if you adjust like the microphones or move the headphones.
Your office the next hour,
right?
But put it back the way that I left it.
He wants you to put it back. Not that he puts it back
for
the way you found it.
6 years. No. We were there first. We had this conversation.
No.
We were there first.
Oh.
But for 6 years.
He staked my claim because I was here first. I get to dictate exactly how the whole thing is set up, and everybody works and revolves around me.
These guys would make my life crazy.
Yeah, because they would move something. Well, here's the thing.
Take your shared space. Shove it.
You don't like that idea at all? Not even a little bit?
Well, I like the collaborative concept, but I also believe that this is a pitch by the furniture industry to get us to have more space, which dilutes the value of the space in general. We are out of time for this conversation. I'm going to go twitch over a cup of coffee here in a minute, but don't go anywhere, folks. We've got more positive business talk ahead. Eric and Asia on the Experience Pros radio show, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT, home of ExperienceProsDeals.com.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and Money Talk 1690.com.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
This is Dan Kaplis. Our firm is dedicated to always being on the leading edge of the practice of personal injury law. That includes game-changing, next-generation technology, nationally respected experts, and innovative visual tools that help us bring our client's case to life for the purposes of settlement or, if necessary, trial. We only accept a limited number of cases, so we're able to devote to each client our full arsenal of technology, skilled attorneys, and staff. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you'd like to talk with me about your case, just give me a call or email me through our website. There's no charge for an initial consultation. 303-770-5551, 303-770-5551, or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
Take your home like it is and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Dear John, uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. But when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to be aware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919. The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. What you got going on over there?
I'm just flibberty gibbeting. I forgot that I already had a topic that we were doing, and then at the last minute you asked me.
You were doing what? You were
flibberty gibbeting.
Flibberty
gibbeting.
Gibbeting?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a word. But that is what I said.
Bill, look that up.
No, it might not be a word.
It's flibberty gibbeting.
But it is what I said.
Okay.
It is what I said. Yeah. So we had a whole topic ready to go. Then I got distracted, and we're coming back, and then I had to pick another one. I'm like, no, not that one. This one. Oh wait, no, I'd already had one. Anyways. Here's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about doodling.
Speaking of doodling,
Since I talked about flibberty gibbeting.
You look particularly lovely this morning, and I just have to say it over the air because I'm looking at you and your hair. You keep tossing it because it's in your way,
right.
But your hair is perfectly framing your face. You're wearing it up today, which is unusual. And just got to.
You like it up?
Well, I think
it's
different. And that one piece of hair that's annoying you is completely framing your face in a very nice way.
Well, very nice. Well, very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, I love it when we come together, and when I know our staff is coming together and the team is coming together. I used to think it would be really fun to bring in craft paper and crayons or markers so that people could doodle during the meeting, because there's something about the creativity that happens when your brain is engaged on one hand and your hand is engaged in a doodling activity on the other.
Yes.
I think there's a higher level of synapses, like firing going on in your brain.
Stimulates the right side of the brain, which is the creative side, and you have been known to put out rolls of butcher paper and provide crayons and/or markers.
Right, and I know it seems a little juvenile, right, to have coloring going on in the office meeting, at least to Eric, who looks at some of our stuff and calls them craft projects.
No, wait a minute. You do craft products, and
you said do.
But I also. I embrace the creative element, so I never poo-poo. See what I did?
Yeah.
I never say that's wrong. And besides, what's the difference between you doodling on your butcher paper on the table and me and my whiteboard?
Well, you and your whiteboard is very different.
I'm a teacher.
Yeah, because now we all have to stop what we're doing.
Oh.
Right, because it's all about you and paying attention to what you want us to watch and pay attention to. Whereas in your doodling, it's a self-contained, it's just an independent activity that we can all do in a group setting.
Okay.
Right? Very different, don't you think?
Sure.
Right? All right. Well, apparently Anna Hansel in Inc.com agrees with me.
Oh. Well, who doesn't?
Right? She says, drawing out your thoughts will make you more creative and boost the odds that you'll actually act on your ideas. Now, she calls herself a professional doodler. She's artistically inclined, and it was just a habit she had. She'd sketch on napkins, any other scraps of paper on hand, as a way to think. Like, you open up their day planner, and you can see lots of, like, little ladybugs and palm trees and, sunflowers and
Sure.
castles, I don't know, whatever it is that they're doodling, right? She says these days she's more likely to be found doodling on, here for you, Eric, a giant whiteboard.
A giant whiteboard.
Located inside the offices of Fortune 50 companies such as Google, NASA, and Pepsi. And you think, okay, she's a doodler. She's into the art.
She's a doodler.
Why is she?
Not what did you call it? A
flibberty gibbet.
A flibberty. Okay, go. It's a doodler.
Right.
Go ahead.
Have you never heard the word flibberty gibbet?
We interrupt this doodle for the definition of a flibberty gibbet. By the way, that is spelled Flibberti Gibbet, flibberty gibbet. It has a place in the dictionary.
Did I use it correctly?
The first definition is a silly.
You didn't pull this out of that Urban Dictionary, did you?
A silly flight. Merriam-Webster.
Okay, all right. We may proceed.
A silly, flighty person Did you know?
I was being flighty.
Flibbertigibbet is one of many incarnations of Middle English word flippergibbet, meaning gossip or chatterer. It's a word of onomatopoeic origin, created from sounds that were intended to represent meaningless chatter. Shakespeare apparently saw a devilishly aspect to a gossipy chatterer. He used flibbertigibbet. It's Shakespeare.
It's Shakespeare.
You are educated.
Okay, all right.
Back to doodling.
Back to doodling. Okay, here's
Thank
the
you,
thing.
Producer Bill.
When we map out our brainstorming sessions visually, we actually increase our memory retention because you're engaging the brain in so many different ways.
Okay.
In fact, they use both images and words to record what's being said during a meeting on a giant whiteboard. And it not only does the team end up with a more beautiful memory of the meeting because it's a pretty picture.
Yes.
Right? Also helps brainstorm in a more effective way due to this cross-cognitive form of capturing information. And so the whole idea of bringing butcher paper in and crayons and drawing out what you guys are talking about, what we're talking about, is actually a higher level of
learning,
of retention. Right?
I agree.
All right, so number one, they say start with some simple doodles to refresh your artistic abilities. When was the last time?
Find your artistic
When was the last time you picked up marker, colored pencils? Are you into the adult coloring phase?
Oh, hell no.
No? What? No? Really? Not at all?
Did I say that with emphasis? No, I think...
I actually downloaded it onto my iPad. Yeah, and then you just touch the colors and blend the colors and touch the little spaces, and yeah, it's very relaxing. You should try it. All right, so start with some simple doodling to get into your artistic side. And here's the thing, people are so inundated with information, it's nice to give your mind a break, which is what the pictures and the colors and the different shapes are doing.
Okay.
All right? Ask yourself big picture questions and don't be afraid to put down your craziest ideas.
I'm all for that. It's called a brainstorm.
Right, but drawing out some of the
drawing
crazy.
The brainstorm.
Right? He says one of the benefits
on storm.
of drawing your ideas instead of writing them out, it allows you to be a little more silly. You don't have to worry about writing out complete articulate sentences. Why are you wiggling? You're like wagging your tail over there.
No, I'm not wagging my tail. I have what is that? Restless leg syndrome.
You don't. You are wagging your tail. They say to take the time to draw out any ideas that you might have that seem far-fetched in order to become a reality. Sketch out what you want your dream career or your life to look like, even if you're buying a yacht or getting cast on Broadway, even if it seems forever out of reach.
Okay.
Right? Next, identify your purpose or your problem. So use drawing prompts to take stock of your current state of being, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values. If you're doodling on behalf of your business, it might take shape of a drawing out what your current customer or your competitor looks like. What is that cheese-eating grin you've got on your face for?
Well, it depends on which staff member you ask, what the customer's going to come out looking like.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I think now you're just mocking the whole process.
I am not mocking.
I think
I have been nothing but supportive of this. I'm the guy that uses magic tricks to teach somebody a memorable lesson. I totally embrace doodling. I did. The adult coloring books are just juvenile, but doodle.
You don't like the coloring? You didn't color it. You
do not.
You color outside the lines, didn't you?
I was a total outside the line. People mocked my coloring.
Yeah.
I used to color as a kid, but not well.
Mm-hmm. All right, now map out your plan of action and make it visually pleasing. So
when you're done, do you have a board game?
You might.
You might.
You might. You might have a picture of who knows what. You didn't like my board game. My board game it was ridiculous. It was not well thought out. But the concept behind the board game was really cool.
Angel Tussie.
What?
I still have that.
That's just because you don't throw anything away. It's because you've got this whole little insane, junk in your. When? We need a date. Right now.
On the air.
When do we get to go in with the garbage truck and the donation boxes and just purge? to give you your Zen space that you have been complaining about for 7 years.
I do need some Zen space. It's only been 2 years I've been complaining about it.
Okay. Only since Sterling moved in that you started complaining.
Only since 2 years.
No, you were complaining about it before.
I don't believe
you
so.
do. I think I might have it on record.
Oh gosh, listen to the music. We have to go.
Look at the time.
We'll talk a bit about a date sometime in the future. Thank you for doodling this Flibberty Gibbet piece.
Shakespeare.
For us. It is Shakespeare. Didn't he, Romeo and Juliet as well, off with his head? We'll be back with more positive business talk, KDMT, right after this.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, my name is Greg, and I wanted to talk about alcohol treatment. There's a reason why it's difficult to stay quit, and it has nothing to do with character or willpower. It has everything to do with brain reward chemistry. Alcohol screws up the ability to produce sufficient dopamine, and any successful treatment has to fix that first. Go Sober restores the dopamine response. The process takes about 8 weeks. It involves medications and lifestyle changes. It costs about the same as a DUI with a much happier outlook. Take a look at their website at www.gosober.org or call 303-827-4837. They're nice people who understand the science of addiction and what to do about it. This is the last treatment you'll ever need.
If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan. If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right. Get ready for the Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival on Saturday, July 2nd at Bandamere Speedway. Enjoy drag racing, games, rides, live music, and a special troop salute to honor our brave men and women serving America. You'll have the best seat in Colorado for fireworks, set to inspirational and patriotic music. And don't forget the incredible power and speed of jet cars flying down the track at nearly 300 miles per hour. The Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 2nd. Get discounted tickets at the Bandamere Speedway box office or at bandamere.com.
This is Hugh Hewitt for townhall.com. It would be very difficult to overstate the significance of the United Kingdom's vote last week to exit the European Union. The very fact that a nation of 65 million people with 40 years plus of membership in the EU has voted to sever ties is nothing short of remarkable. It was remarkable because, in part, no one saw it coming. The latest polls seem to give the edge to the Remain camp. Nigel Farage of the UKIP, the UK Independence Party, and one of the proponents of exit, even conceded early in the evening, only to declare later on that, quote, dawn is breaking on an independent United Kingdom. Both Farage and the other big winner of the pro-Brexit side, London's former mayor, Boris Johnson, have said that the date should be marked down as Independence Day. As we approach our own Independence Day, we ought to celebrate a victory for our friends across the pond. For indeed, the Brexit vote is a victory for self-governance. It was a victory for freedom. So, to all the friends in our audience, and now to all of our friends across the Atlantic, happy Independence Day. I'm Hugh Hewitt.
So you thought that putting off your hearing test for another year wasn't a big deal. Well, maybe you should think again. I'm Barbara Jenkins, Colorado's first board-certified doctor of audiology. For the last few years, we've known that untreated hearing loss increases your risk of dementia. Now, a study from Johns Hopkins shows that untreated hearing loss actually causes brain shrinkage. Not only does this affect your communication ability, but it also affects your memory as well. It's just one more in a litany of studies that underscores the importance of treating your hearing loss now, not later. For a synopsis of this study, or to have your hearing tested, go to advancedaudiology.com or call us at 303-649-2122. Hearing problems are easy to dismiss, but treating them now can help more than just your ears. That's 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, We take your hearing seriously.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. My office is up there, man, and it's sweltering. So we use one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. My allergies are going crazy. So my AC is running constantly, and the only cool place in the house is the basement. My wife's starting insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap. Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted the ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter, too. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Yeah, I'd call Air Swap. 303-761-0729. 303-761-0729. And you can check them out on the web at air-swap.com. air-swap.com. That's 303-761-0729 or air-swap.com. Yeah, I'm really glad I called Air Swap.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on this show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Denver's weather, of course, is going to be amazing today. We've got a high of 93 with sunny to partly cloudy stuff up in the sky.
Stuff up in the sky?
I'm not a weather reporter, but I try my best.
Uh-huh.
A stray thunderstorm is possible. High of 93. I already said that. Winds east-northeast 5 to 10 miles an hour with a low of 63 today. The rest of the week is going to be, tomorrow's going to be nice. Thursday, Friday, we're going to drop down into the high 70s. We'll be back up into the mid-80s late into the weekend. So going to be a beautiful, beautiful 4th of July.
It is going to be. Make sure you check out experienceprosdeals.com. See what we've got dealing up for you today.
There's some remarkable deals.
I know.
Brand new stuff out there as well.
New stuff, right? So we just added some more stuff, which we do every single week. Check it out at experienceprosdeals.com. All right, so we know that technology is kind of running amok in the retail world.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Right, we're having robots
make pizza,
serve things. You've been to the restaurants now. You've got the iPad right there at the table where you pay your bill. You can even order your appetizer, and so a lot of self-help kiosks where people are less involved in the transaction.
Yes, technology is advancing.
Yes. Well, here's where it's really getting to be really good is in the beer industry.
Oh.
Right?
Really?
It's like,
do we have beer robots?
We don't have, we have.
Do we have beer tenders?
Beer tenders.
Do we?
Is that a word? Did you make that up?
Did somebody? Now, right there.
Did you hear that already from somebody?
No.
All right. Well, we do have some really unique ways, applications for technology that's actually being used in the beer industry, right? They actually are able to, via a mobile application on your smartphone, there's an app called Untapped where they track the beers they've consumed, share their experiences and reviews with friends, and access information about trending brands or nearby venues. Wow. Right? So where you can get it, where you can find it, who's liking it, who doesn't like it. And so kind of your whole little social, kind of your social platform for beer lovers.
Well, and the Untapped app is really helping beer manufacturers, of the smaller, and this comes out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. It allows people who make beer to reach local connoisseurs, local beer lovers, right?
Right.
In ways that they would not be able to in any other venue.
Right. New inventory management system. It allows on-premise and off-premise retailers to publish beer lists, share their menus with consumers, push notification when new products and limited edition beers hit store shelves. Right? You can follow a beer brand.
Right.
Request an alert when it becomes available near their location. And then also receive the notification when it's in stock.
How about this? You can get some in-keg insight. So if this will tell you all the details about what's going on.
Right, my Bill, he said he used to actually work where they had to measure the cakes. They had to like lift them up and put them on the scales, right, and mark it down. But this one, and he said performing inventory checks meant 3 hours of my life where they had to manually lift each cake by hand, document how much beer he thought was inside. It was labor intensive, time consuming, and it didn't always produce accurate results.
Well, as a former restaurateur, I can tell you that the number one profit center in your restaurant is the bar, right? Because alcohol is fairly inexpensive,
right,
but you get a great markup.
It can also have...
It is the number one loss center in your restaurant.
That's what I was thinking. Well, they actually now have some technology where you can actually, the bottles will measure out exactly, how much is being poured. Who are your heavy pouring bartenders? Who are your light pouring bartenders? So lots of interesting pieces where they're gathering data, using technology to measure. They actually have another scale that uses RFID technology to communicate the weight of a vessel, the number of remaining pours. It also integrates into their point of sale system to help handle discrepancies such as a mislabeled tap handle, a leak in the lines, or issues with employees giving away products.
And there it is right there. It's the employees giving away products. That seems to be the biggest issue. And when Bill was doing the inventories and he was doing them manually, his recommendations, his conclusions were typically off. Not his, but in general, that kind of measurement is typically off by 30 to 150%. So you could be way off on your measurements, and of course, every ounce is dollars.
Right. I remember even in the what do they call it? The fabric store.
Yeah.
Every time you go in and ask for like a little sample or a little, right? But if they overcut just a little bit, just how much that ends up adding into,
up to a
right?
big
And
amount.
it doesn't seem like a lot to the consumer because it's just a one-off, but over the course of time. But I mean, with some of the technology coming out, it's actually just giving them improved data as to, to make sure they've got the right mix of beers on tap based on what consumers are buying or not buying. And also empowers bar employees to speak with confidence about which beers are on tap and avoid situation where staffers have to go back to the customers and apologize because the beer they ordered ran out.
Yeah.
Right? Also, different ones are kind of connecting with your calendar to set reminders, help managers more effectively manage the tasks they need to accomplish in their business. Cloud-based stuff, right?
Data
really
is
cool.
everything.
Yeah.
Right? And
but even think of it in the beer industry really being all that necessary. But so much of what we do is old school and by hand.
Right.
Right.
But think about the beer industry for a minute and think about the fact that is your product. That is your whole thing. And if that's your whole thing, you need to know where every drop is accounted for.
Exactly.
And,
and what drops want, who wants more drops?
Right.
What do they want more drops of?
So the suite of analytics that comes with that Untapped and the new app Untapped for Business is brilliant when it comes to that. I hope they got venture capitalists jumping in and supporting that app because I think it's brilliant and it's going to help revolutionize an entire industry. Well, the music tells us that it's time to wrap this hour up. But the good news is we have 2 more hours of positive business talk. So take us with you. You can put the power of the pros in your pocket by using the app. And that app is available. 1690 KDMT app is available at experiencepros.com/radio. Download it for either format of phones. We'll be back right after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
Business never takes a break, neither do we. So, take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more wherever you are. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at moneytalk1690.com.
Are you being denied credit? Are you paying high interest rates? At creditrepair.com, we know life happens. Divorce, medical bills, student loans, and many other reasons why credit scores fall. That's why at creditrepair.com, we're committed to helping folks get the second chance they deserve to improve their credit.
Creditrepair.com is actually acting as an advocate for me. Things that I thought when you paid them off, they were still on there. Things that I didn't even know were on there, but they got them removed. I feel they're doing what they said they'd do and beyond. I'm not going to abuse this second chance that they gave me. I'm in the process now of buying a home. CreditRepair.com actually does work.
We can help you get a second chance at great credit. The consultation is free and includes a free credit score and summary credit report. We'll review your current credit situation right on the phone with a game plan to restore it. Call 800-231-1735. That's 800-231-1735. Again, 800-231-1735. 800-231-1735.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
This is Steve Replin, and I'd like to share a secret. No great business has ever succeeded without a great team. As a lawyer, a CPA, and a lender, I've advised more than 4,000 growing businesses just like yours. My system of fast-track business coaching integrates all of my skills for your business growth. To schedule a complimentary 1-hour conversation to see how we can get your business on the fast track to growth, call me at 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We are here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. And Fine, how do you do to you?
Well, good morning. You know, we are fueled by fan brags, and we love the fan bragging stories.
Yes, ma'am.
And here's one of the reasons why. I just saw a funny little review on Yelp that somebody put. You know, so when we talk about fan brag, it's lifting each other up, lifting up. People are doing great in business. There's plenty
Saying
of places.
something nice, recognizing great service.
But here's why we do the fan bragging instead of the fan, complaining.
Yelping.
How about this one? Stuck in the drive-thru for 15 minutes waiting to get my coconut milk half-calf cold brewed latte, which is $1 more than the regular brew. They are thieves. And they got it wrong. So I waited another 15 minutes for them to get it right. The line behind me was enormous. This happens every morning.
Get out of the drive-thru.
That's what I'm thinking.
If it happens once, shame on you, them, somebody. If it happens twice, park your car.
Right.
And don't yelp about it.
The line behind me was enormous. This happens every morning. And it's not his fault. Not his fault.
Yeah.
And he's paying an extra $1 more, he said.
His? There's a dude getting a cold coconut.
I don't know who this person is because they're anonymous.
Yeah, well,
right?
I'm telling you, it's not his.
Right.
Okay. Well, guess what time it is?
It's time. Choose the news.
That's exactly right. It is time for You Choose the News, the game show. Top of the hour, we like to play with the news. This is the kind of news you're not likely to find anywhere else but here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. And I've got 4 different stories for you today. Let's see what we got here. The new Chinese weight loss plan. That's one.
Okay.
Okay. Ding Dong Ditch.
Oh, I remember that.
That's part 2. Disney's in the news again.
Oh, okay.
Part 3.
Okay.
And part 4, shoe fly, don't bother me.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want? Shoe fly. Let's do shoe fly, don't bother me.
Let's do shoe fly, don't bother me, out of Illinois. And we're talking about Havana, Illinois. Illinois Police Department issued a warning to residents after an overnight mayfly invasion caused an insect-covered bridge to turn slippery. Blech. The Havana Police Department urged residents to use caution on the city's Scott W. Lucas Bridge Monday after the mayfly infestation caused the structure to become covered in the insects. Blech.
Ew.
Excuse me. At one point, they had piled 6 inches high, and when ran over, they became very slick. Oh, my goodness. Careful, slippery bridge. What's the problem? 6 inches of mayflies. Oh, that's gross.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Disney World's back in the news again. Ding Dong Ditch or the new Chinese weight loss plan.
Chinese weight loss plan.
If you love it, put a rock on it.
A rock?
That's exactly right. Chinese man walks around with a 40-kilogram rock on his head in order to lose weight. What's that? You'd like more information? Absolutely. 54-year-old man from Jilin, China, is making international headlines for his bizarre exercise routine. His name is Kong Yan. He claims that he daily walks with a 40-kilogram rock balancing on his head. And he says that it has helped him lose 30 kilograms in the last 3 years. Let's see, if you put a 40 kilogram on the top of your head and you lose 30 kilograms, aren't you still 10 kilograms heavier?
You just, no, you're not. You know, I mean, you
when
are,
the train
the truck is
carrying
on, the rock
the
is on your
kilogram,
head. So why the rock on the head, though? Like,
well,
I mean, what is it about wearing a rock on your head?
I'm looking for the answer to your questions in this news article that was written before you asked it.
Makes you lose weight. Is it that is it the walking? Is it something in the way that you're
It started 3 years ago when Yan said he realized he was in the worst shape of his life. He is 1 2/3 meters tall. This is written from England or China or someplace where they do measurements in other things than feet and pounds. He weighed 115 kilograms. He started worrying about obesity and how it was taking a toll on his physical health. I didn't want to take diet pills, so I decided to lose weight by doing more exercises. But instead of regular exercises, he placed a 15-kilogram stone on his head and walked as far as he could. As he got used to the routine, he replaced the stone with a 30-kilogram one and also increased the daily distance. Today, he walks up to 3 kilometers every day with a 40-kilogram block of concrete on his head. He's famous in his neighborhood, and he could be heard mumbling the words, "The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain."
All right. Well, Susan thinks it's because of a balancing core workout that, as you're balancing the rock on your head and you're standing up a little tighter, you're balancing, you're getting a little core workout, so you're actually getting some exercise at the same time.
Well, he's probably also eating one of those spinach and feta turkey burgers that you can find on All Recipes on Facebook.
Ooh, no. What was the other one that you like?
Oh, yeah, you signed up for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a loaded burger with 3 different types of cheeses.
Cheeses and bacon.
Yeah, with bacon-wrapped onions.
All right. Yum.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going with that.
All right, though, feta and spinach just sounds good, too.
Well, that's the healthy side of things, the spinach feta turkey burgers. Which actually looks so good that Susan, the one that you just mentioned, posted on Facebook that I shared to my personal email so that I will be able to recreate it. Yeah. Okay. Disney World's back in the news, or Ding Dong Ditch.
Ding Dong Ditch.
Of course. Ding Dong Ditch left one Shorewood insurance agent an emotional wreck. What's the end result? A lawsuit. The insurance agent suffered severe emotional distress, anxiety, and weight loss, says the lawsuit. In Shorewood, Illinois, everything seems to be coming out of Illinois. Mayflies! A Shorewood insurance agent was left an emotional wreck by a teenage neighbor who repeatedly rang his doorbell and ran away. According to the lawsuit. Did you ever play Ding Dong Ditch?
Yeah.
Right? So
right, how fun.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Mr. Wilson.
Actually, I mean, it's kind of fun like once or twice, right? To go and then hide.
It's always fun for the ding-donger.
Right. Right, not to be ditched.
No.
It's never fun to be ditched.
No, because Mr. Wilson gets out of his lazy chair,
right.
And then he gets up and he has to go put on his stockings so that he can go to the door, and he goes to the door and he opens it up and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And out of the bushes you can hear, but there's nobody to be seen.
Okay. All right.
State Farm Insurance Agent John Wright has sued the youth. Did you say Utes? 14-year-old Brennan Papp, as well as Papp's parents, Rick and Sarah Papp. I think I should read that sentence again. State Farm insurance agent John Wright has sued the Ute, 14-year-old Brennan Papp, as well as Papp's parents, Rick and Sarah Papp. Rick Papp is also a State Farm agent. Oh, it gets better. Ding dong ditch. Oh my gosh. And the lawsuit says this is why Papp singled out Wright for his doorbell delivery. Oh, devilry. Devilry, not delivery.
Okay, all right.
According to the suit, Brennan intentionally chose Wright's residence because he knew John D. Wright was an agent who with the insurance company like his father. For several weeks, the suit said, some unknown individual or individuals repeatedly rang the doorbell in Wright residence, and then the Wright went to the door, answered the door, no one would be at the door. It's commonly known as ding dong ditch. This happened so often, the suit says, that Wright was forced to contact the police. However, no one was caught until June 26th. Brennan's actions.
How did he get caught?
The lawsuit was filed through Brennan's actions were willfully, intentionally aimed at harassing Wright. Doesn't say how he got caught.
You have to put up, video cameras to catch the doorbell ditcher.
But John Wright has sued the Ute, 14-year-old Brennan Papp, as well as Papp's parents, Rick and Sarah Papp. There you go.
Because they're after him, because he's also a State Farm agent.
Put some pep in your Pap step.
And they're just trying to harass him.
Finally.
For business purposes.
Disney World is in the news again.
Interesting. Okay.
Disney World is removing all alligator and crocodile characters and references from their parks and resorts. Like Captain Hook's alligator.
Sure.
Gone.
It's gone.
Gone. The river cruise, the jungle cruise.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Gone.
We will not be doing that.
They've eliminated everything.
And you know what? I think it's. I think they're between a rock and a hard place. They have to do something in order, because it sounds insensitive now that the child was abducted by the crocodile. Got to take a quick break, folks, but we will be back. I said crocodile, I meant alligator, after this.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know we're going to have not only stock market crash in 2016, but a housing crash in 2016. Don't you like how they tell us the housing's in recovery and the market's in recovery and the economy's in recovery, when it's not? It's in a bubble. Take housing. They loaned to a Wall Street firm called Blackstone. $7 billion. They buy 41,000 houses to go rent. Are you nuts? When they can't collect the rents anymore, those houses are going on the market and going to depress the real estate business by 30 or 40%. It's the same thing with stocks. They loan people money 600% more than they ever did before to buy stocks. That's all debt. And when the market goes down, they're going to have to dump those stocks to pay back that debt. And boy, will the market drop. Join my gang. Learn how to short. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, STEM Scouts is proud to partner with Colorado Adventure Point to provide a STEM Adventure Academy to all girls and boys in grades 1 through 8. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter is featuring a half-priced camper tuition to the STEM Scouts Adventure Camp, located right here in Denver. This camp is a week-long day camp that combines classes that will teach your child practical application of scientific concepts with age-appropriate activities. But it's not all classroom time. With STEM Scouts, campers will also enjoy rock climbing, archery, and more in their 20,000-square-foot Colorado Adventure Point facility. Camp tuitions available are for any first through 8th grade girl or boy. To purchase, visit summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com. Again, that's summercampbargains.com. summercampbargains.com.
It's a difficult decision. When you finally decide to have your hearing tested, where do you go for professional care? Tens of thousands are spent every week on ads trying to convince you to come in for a free hearing test or a sale that's this week only. For professional care, I suggest you take a different approach. I'm Dr. Barbara Jenkins, owner of Advanced Audiology. I have 25 years of hospital and clinical experience treating both hearing loss and tinnitus. My first suggestion? Ask your physician who they would go to, not just who's on their list. Who do they trust? Second, go online and search Doctor of Audiology and then type in your area. You don't want an evaluation performed by a technician or hearing aid salesperson. Your hearing is a serious concern, so you should treat it as such. For more information, go to advancedaudiology.com or call 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap. Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. By golly, I am excited about our next guest.
You are?
I am.
Well, with millions of children across the U.S. finishing the school year, starting summer break, it's an important time to focus on supporting our kids during the summertime to ensure that their overall development doesn't go on vacation just because they are out of school. Well, YMCA, more than 2,700 YMCA facilities are anchored in the communities across the country to nurture the potential of children by providing access to programs and services that help kids reach their potential. It's one of the nation's leading nonprofits in strengthening communities through youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And they want 2016 to be the best summer ever. From summer camps and water safety lessons to programs designed to close the achievement gap and feed children who might otherwise go hungry, the YMCA is there for all of us.
We get to talk to Jorge Perez. He is the Vice President of Programs at the Y Experience, and we're going to all sing it together. Come on. YMCA. YMCA. Jorge Perez.
Have you been listening to that song all morning, Jorge?
We don't ever get tired of that song.
Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Eric and Angel.
Absolutely. Hey, tell us what's going on. You've got the best summer ever programs rolling out. Talk to us about those.
Yeah, I mean, the best summer ever is kind of it's the way we describe a grouping of programs that happen during the summer months, obviously. And the idea here is, was mentioned earlier, is to help ensure that kids are continuing their development during the summer months so that they, because education and growing doesn't take a break. And we have an opportunity to really enhance the educational experiences for kids, not just academically, but social, emotionally, and physically, making sure that they stay active all summer long, making it the best summer ever.
I love it. Okay, so what are some things that the YMCA is doing to actually help our kids kind of bridge that gap during the summer to help them retain, some of that knowledge and some of those skills?
Well, this Best Summer Ever campaign is highlighting 4 specific programs. Camp, most of us know about the YMCA day camps and resident camps. We also have a program that works to close the achievement gap during the summer months for certain populations that do not have access to enrichment activities. We also have a summer foods program, and of course, kids and water. Kids are all in pools all over, and in lakes and rivers all over the country. We want to make sure that we keep them safe. We have a safety around water program, and each one of them highlights a different part of their development. And we encourage YMCAs and parents to partner together to ensure that development of these young people continues during the summer months.
You know, Jorge, I am a product of activities as a child through the YMCA. I went through the basketball programs. I went through the swimming programs. I went to summer camps. I am your poster child, and some people would say I came out all right. So first of all, on behalf of my childhood, I want to say thank you. And let's talk about the water safety. That is such an important thing, and so many young people, they don't get exposed to a proper training. And so, I'm grateful that the Y is out there and doing this program and featuring water safety.
Yeah, I mean, Eric, it's the second leading cause of death for kids ages 1 and 14, drowning is. Wow. And if we don't keep kids safe around water, I think we miss an opportunity for them to continue to develop. And it could be even an experience where they have a near drowning, and then they experience an entire lifetime of being fearful of the water. So we have revamped our safety around water program, and the idea here is that we are trying to encourage parents and communities alike to give these kids the basics so that they can self-rescue and get to the edge of the pool or the edge of the river or the canal where they may be swimming and exit appropriately. But absolutely, we want them to not just develop safety best practices around water, but that they develop a lifelong habit of swimming. We have swimmers that have been swimming with us for 70-plus years.
Wow. When you think of summer, and of course, best summer ever, it is often around water activities, right? Yeah. Being in the water, being in the pool, splashing around.
And kissing. I went to camp and got my first kiss.
Yeah, okay, kissing. All right. Hopefully we don't have a program for that, Jorge.
No, we try to not include that in our programming, but kids will be kids.
Yes, we will.
One of the things, Jorge, is a lot of kids actually rely on during the school year the free and reduced lunch plans, and often they're at risk of going hungry and having some issues with that during the summers. The Y doing something to help bridge that gap for these families?
Yeah, in fact, what we know is that some 20 million children, after summer starts, when they no longer have access to their free or reduced lunch, become significantly food insecure. The number of kids that are food insecure actually goes up from 1 out of every 5. And what we did a few years ago in partnership with the Walmart Foundation is begin to provide meals at multiple locations around the country. We actually have 1,500 locations this summer alone, where we're going to be trying to distribute 5 million meals to some 250,000 kids all summer long, both breakfast and lunch, and at some locations dinner. And if individuals want information, you can actually find information about these sites at www.ymca.net or call your local YMCA for details. But our idea is to help kids find a place where they can pick up a meal and continue the nourishment that they desperately need, especially during the summer.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing at the YMCA, helping our youth have the best summer ever. YMCA.net. Is that what it was, Jorge?
Yep, YMCA.net.
Perfect. Jorge, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Eric and Angel.
Absolutely. Very nice to have him along with us. And, boy, it does bring back fond memories. It was the best summer ever.
So, first kiss, huh?
Paris?
Yeah. You went to the YMCA in Paris?
Nope. I kissed Paris.
Oh, that was the name of the girl. Really?
Oh, yeah.
How old were you?
I was in... I started asking her if I could kiss her in third grade. She said no. And then we went back to camp on fourth grade, and I asked her if I could kiss her, and she said no. And then in fourth and a half grade, I asked my dad, what's going on here? And he gave me some great advice. He said, son, some things you just ought to do and be sorry for later. Fifth grade went way better.
You didn't ask her, you just kissed her.
Mm-hmm. Hey, got to take a quick break. When we come back, more positive business talk. And the social media advisor is in the studio. You're going to want to hang out for this. Turn up the volume and do business with the people who do business with the pros.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com. Two of the greatest concerns that most Americans have, especially as they grow older, are their health and their financial well-being. America's Wellness Clinic is dedicated to providing sensible healthcare solutions and practical wealth-building strategies. Medicare's annual wellness visit is the flagship of the clinic's health-related services. They pay 100% for the visit with zero copay. His Wellness Clinic also offers Beamer technology, an application that boosts circulation, regenerative abilities for injuries, and increases mental acuity. And America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. And what about your financial well-being? America's Wellness Clinic provides continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, housing transitions, and alternative investments. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com.
Hi, this is Master Gunnery Sergeant Jeff Cooper. I also am a listener to 710 KNUS. After my wife and I survived a near-death head-on motorcycle crash, we called attorney Jeremy Cave for help. He worked day and night to get us what we were entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls. He's been there for us every step of the way. Jeremy understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, I certainly do. I think it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. For more information, visit cavelawyer.com. Again, that's cavelawyer.com.
Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out the brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today, 720-213-3737.
What's for dinner?
You're exhausted after a long day at work and a heck of a commute. The last thing you want to do is cook a meal. You need Chef Curry's Cuisine. Chef Curry's Cuisine can make family dinner fun again by preparing home-cooked meals by a local Denver chef. Chef Curry will do the shopping, cook 2 weeks of Monday through Friday dinners, provide the packaging and cleanup too. All of Chef Curry's meals are made with the freshest ingredients, and you get to choose them from a large variety of proteins and sides. So, next time you hear,
What's for dinner?
You can say Chef Curry's Cuisine. No more hassles, just healthy, fresh meals for you to enjoy. Visit chefcurryscuisine.com and get details on weekly menus, along with brand new catering options for your private parties or office functions. Or call 720-404-2798. That's 720-404-2798. Go on, add some spice to your meals. Start with Chef Curry's Cuisine.
Want a heavy-duty American-made vacuum that makes the others look like they? Come Come to All Ray's Vacuum and Sewing, where service and quality still counts. All Ray's Vacuum is the oldest vacuum location in town for over 35 years. With over 200 makes and models on display and over 10,000 bags, belts, and parts in stock, you'll be sure to find what you need. So visit All Ray's for all your vacuum and sewing machine needs at 3740 South Broadway, just south of Hamden, or visit them online at allraysvacuum.com. The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We are here to remind you that small business is big business, and there's no business like social media.
Right? When you talk about social media, there are so many platforms to choose from. And how do you stay consistent? How do you make sure you've got a sticky message? How do you make sure that your business is actually being represented online
need an advisor
in a professional way? Well, we brought in the social media advisor, Holly Clear from the Social Media Advisor. You can find her online at thesocialmediaadvisor.com. Exclusive branding agency with a team in Colorado. She supports clients nationwide. She is a leading expert on process, support, and storytelling for brands on social media platforms. She's also a strategy consultant and a social media implementation trainer. That's a big word, right? She specializes in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it, she does it. They provide social media. They've been doing it for the last 7 years. They're going to make sure that you are searchable and consistent with your messaging, posts, and activity. Wow. Holly Clear, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you, Angel and Eric. It's awesome to be here.
Holly, it is fantastic having you here, and I always love having you in the studio because the people don't know what they don't know, and most people don't know social media.
Sure.
It's a challenge.
It can become overwhelming.
It can. So let me ask you, because you're this expert on this, that, and the Girls Network. That's Pinterest for those of you who are following along.
It's not only for girls.
Whatever. Is there anything that when you got into this line of work, you made an assumption that turned out to be wrong?
Well, sure. There's a lot of assumptions, right? I'm going to put myself out there and I'm actually going to get business every single time I put a post out there.
Wait a minute, this is a happy show.
Well,
it's not,
right?
You're not going to get posts, you're not going to get business for every post?
No, it's a long haul building a relationship with a business and with a customer and a potential client. And it's not you just throw something out there and something comes back in return. You have to nurture the relationship. Yeah. Exactly. It's building that like, know, and trust through sharing of things that are interesting to your audience. And not only stuff about your business, it's not about you. What are they interested in? That's how you're going to build and nurture that relationship. You share stuff that's valuable to them, and they start engaging with you in return.
We've seen some successes, people that are really awesome. They've got these great following, they've got this great interaction, and they've been able to really connect with their audience. But I think, Holly, that's still so few and far between. People are still really struggling with how to actually connect. It's like they forget that it's people on the other side.
Yeah, it is. It's hard when you're behind a keyboard, right? Because you can share blindly to the world and no one sees it or everyone sees it. And, people tend to be too open, too forward, too sales pitchy, too opinionated when they're behind the keyboard. But if they look at it as, hi, Angel, I'm going to have a conversation with you today.
Right.
We're looking at each other. And it's that sparks it. That's what gets me excited is when that aha moment comes on.
That's what gets me in trouble.
Yeah. So, Holly, how do you keep that? How do you keep that focus in front of you? How do you help your clients keep that focus in front of you and keep them from not straying back to the overly sales side, but keep when it's just a keyboard they're staring at?
Yeah, I actually teach this with an internet safety class that I do for teenagers, and it's using the word think. You want to think before you act, and if it's not helpful, if it's not informative, if it's not nice, or if it's not kind, then maybe you shouldn't share it. And so I tell my girls all the time, I'm a mom, I tell them all the time, pause. Before you act, before you speak, and think about the words that you're trying to use or what actions are going to happen after that. Same thing with your online brand. If you pause and you think about what would I, as a user of Facebook, for example, want to see and engage with, then you're going to have a really good high return on that investment you're putting into that relationship.
I like it.
I love the acronym.
Right?
All right, so Heidi.
Holly.
That would be Holly.
I'm so sorry. I was reading another word here. I apologize. Holly, talk to us a little bit about your customer experience. You serve clients of every size imaginable from all over the U.S. What could somebody expect if they're going to have you work with them?
Well, first and foremost, it's that getting to know you process. I've got to make sure that my team is a good fit as well as their team is a good fit for us.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a getting to know you process in that we do a complimentary discovery session where we will look at the online presence to determine what are your goals and where's your ideal target market, because I don't want to build a brand for you everywhere if it's not necessary.
Right. Nice.
So there's that component. There's a lot of education. We believe in ownership, accountability, and education, and that you have to be educated on how the platforms work in order to know how to manage them and hold yourself accountable.
Makes sense.
So we do a lot of education with our clients. We invite them to our workshops, and we want to make sure that they're up to speed on all the same methods that we're incorporating for them. And we do like to have monthly follow-up calls with all of our clients. How are things going? What things need to be changed? Our team develops custom branded images with their posts. We want them to be in their memes, right?
Oh, right.
My husband calls them memes.
Right.
But we want their brand to be incorporated into that and not just a generic Google image. So pretty much their brand is going to saturate the market when it comes to information and sharing, and that's what we want. We want the relationship focus. There is a time for lead generation, and some of our clients do paid advertising, but it's not a good fit for everybody.
Sure.
I love it. We're talking with Holly Clear, the social media advisor. Find her online at thesocialmediaadvisor.com. You actually just had a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Kind of a big accolade come your way. Tell our listeners about it.
Oh, what's that?
The Social Media Day Denver.
Right?
So, yes, I'm a part of this group called Colorado Women in Social Media. There are 13 of us, and we are hosting a big event on the 30th of June. And we got a proclamation from the mayor, thanks to Aaron Sell, and it was basically the mayor saying this is a day that we're supporting as a Denver community because they're giving back to the community and they're providing resources to the community. So it's got this really cool letter with a stamp from the mayor. It was awesome. And then just this week, we found out that we are also listed on Mashable's website for Social Media Day. So it's pretty exciting.
It's pretty exciting.
Media Day.
And so I think one of the things, Holly, when we think about what we do, often we're like the cobbler's shoes. So you do social media for your clients. And so I was going to ask you, what does that mean for your own company? Are you the cobbler's shoes, like you put it behind, but you're actually out there creating this social media day and you're actually walking the walk?
Yes. So I have team. I've got 6 members to my team and they all have different specialties. Just like I just want to focus on social media and not SEO or websites, right? They all have their own special gifts and talents. And so I actually have someone who does my social media as well because I can't preach it and then not do it in return.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we've seen that, somebody who is a social media expert, and then you go to their site and it's pretty empty, right? Because they're doing it for everybody else.
Yes.
And it's hard to look at that and think that this is something that would be valuable. All right, so what separates the social media advisor from the competition? What sets you apart?
Well, it's interesting because I don't necessarily feel I have a lot of competition, mostly because of the fact that our personalities are not going to be a good fit for everyone. And I work with so many different people that I can collaborate with that might be a good fit. So we don't work with all industries, but we've got relationships that can help bring that in. I feel that's a unique differentiator being able to refer to another social media expert.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And with that, we also don't have contract terms. We believe that the life cycle of our client relationship should just be based off of the success of that relationship. So we don't put an end date on our relationship, and we ask for 30 days notice, which is a unique thing as well.
Absolutely. I think that's brilliant.
I love the abundance mentality and the giving mentality. Okay.
Thank you.
TheSocialMediaAdvisor.com. Where do they also find out about the event coming up on June 30th?
Yes, you can go to ColoradoWomenInSocialMedia.com. There's a link right on there for Social Media Day. If you search any social media platform, you can look up hashtag SMDayDen, DAYDEN, and you'll see all of the stuff that we've got going on. We've got a ton of tweets that we've been sharing about all the different topics, and the Instagram scavenger hunt and the happy hour.
Oh my gosh, it sounds fantastic.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you and all your success in getting the Denver proclamation of Social Media Day here in Denver. You guys are on a trajectory that is just brilliant. Let's give that information again. TheSocialMediaAdvisor.com. Don't forget the in TheSocialMediaAdvisor.com. Holly Clear, she is your advisor, and she's here to help you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Angela and Eric, for having me. This is fun.
Betcha. And we're going to continue the fun right after these messages. Remember to turn up the volume. Do business with the people who do business with the pros. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, and this is home of ExperienceProsDeals.com. Haven't got your deals yet? Get on it!
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers. If you owe the IRS or state-backed taxes and cannot afford to pay them back, there's good news. Due to the financial hardship many are facing in today's economy, the IRS has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative. Qualifying for this program will resolve your tax problem, end all collections, and possibly reduce your back taxes by up to 90%. If you are facing wage garnishments, liens, bank levies, audits, or payroll taxes, it's not too late. Your circumstances may qualify you for this special program, protecting your savings and your assets. If you owe the IRS or state-backed taxes and cannot afford to pay them back, there's no need to worry anymore. Call the hotline at Victory Tax Solutions to see if you qualify and potentially save thousands. For this free information, call 800-352-4757. 800-352-4757. That's 800-352-4757.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider Chile, Colorado Camps for your child or teen. Located close to home in Estes Park, Chile, Colorado Camps believes that every summer in a young person's life is a window of opportunity. An opportunity to provide meaningful experiences that will nourish their body and spirit. An opportunity to put aside the competitive demands of school and sports. Chile, Colorado Camps will take the time to make sure your child or teen slows down and explores the world around them. At Chile, Colorado Camps, your child or teen will go hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Chile, Colorado Camps? For more information or to sign up for camp this year, visit Chile.com. Again, that's Chile.com.
Can you hear your garage door shake, rattle, and roll throughout your home every single time it goes up or goes down? Hi, this is Dave Logan. I talked to Don at Don's Garage Door about this problem, and they have new garage door systems that are really quiet. Now, I've used Don's Garage Doors at my house, found them to be knowledgeable and fairly priced. They're great. You should call them at 303-794-0604, 303-794-0604, or check out donsgaragedoors.com. Hi, this is Dave Logan for Don's Garage garage doors. You know, putting in a new garage door not only increases the curb appeal of your home, but it also makes it easier to sell. I was talking to Don the other day, and he told me it's the best investment, dollar for dollar, that you can make in your home. All I know is that I've had Don's garage door out to my home, and I trust him. Great work at a great price. Call Don's Garage Door today at 303-794-0604, or you can check him out at donsgaragedoors.com.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company has been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. You know, I like the Piano Man, but I'm thinking I'm in the mood for something a little different.
Are you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
86 Billy Joel. Maestro! That's right.
We are in the mood for vacation, right?
Summer's here.
Summertime, and we talk about vacations, but how many people are really taking a vacation? And how many people are really spending time with their families? Well, according to the American Institute of Stress, 48% of Americans say work stress negatively impacts their personal life, while 35% stress out about how much their job actually interferes with their family time. But there is hope.
There's hope.
Right? Of course, summertime is upon us, and here to tell us what truly unplugging and taking a real vacation can mean to your family and your health is our work-life expert, Dr. Woody Woodward. Dr. Woody is an organizational psychologist, a certified professional coach. He develops management and leadership capacity as well as engaging and motivating employees. He's appeared on The Today Show, Live with Kelly, and Fox and Friends, among many others.
And he's got a cool name. Dr. Woody, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you for the wonderful intro and the compliment on the name. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, now school's out. Everybody's getting ready to talk about vacations. How important is it, do you think, to follow through with those plans?
Yeah, think about this. There was one statistic out there that found the typical American only uses half their paid vacation time in a given year. So in other words, we're leaving half of our paid vacation on the table. That's something that is owed to you by your employer, and that's money if you think about it. So, we talk about being stressed because, Angel opened the show talking about some of those stats around how much work is really stressing us, but at the same time, we're not taking time off to relieve ourselves from that stress. So I think we owe it to ourselves to, take control and own that and plan some mini trips throughout the year so that you can pull your family together and engage with each other.
I love what you said, mini trips, and we're going to come back to that, I'm sure. Now, Dr. Woody, I was a case study 3 years ago. I had not been on a vacation for 12 years. But my excuse was that I loved so much the work that I was doing that work didn't require a vacation. I was not a stress statistic. But when I went on vacation, oh boy, every year since. And now talk to us about what those mini vacations are kind of like.
Yeah, so I'm actually calling you guys from Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in the Pocono Mountains, so in Pennsylvania. And part of the reason I'm up here and I wanted to partner with these guys to talk about this is that small vacations, particularly when you kind of drive or do vacations close by, are great ways to disconnect from your environment. So, Eric, for you, you may have loved your work and had a great time doing it, but you also have to remember that family, friends, and those around you may not love it as much as you do, right? So
get out.
It's important to disconnect from that and get that, hey, I may be loving all my time at work and all the time I'm spending away from family and friends, but they may want to reel me back in for a little bit of time together too. And so I think the important thing is also there are so many cues and distractions in our home and work environment that can keep us from really getting lost in play and disconnecting, because there's always stuff that has to be done around us, and when you're too close to it, it can distract you away from really being present and engaging with family and friends. And so that's why, for me, it's good to get out of your environment and try something new. And particularly, like what I'm experiencing here is a huge indoor water park where you can't bring your phone in there because it'll freak you out that it may get waterlogged and you won't be able to use it. Then you'll be in a total state of panic. So it also encourages your kids not to do the same. So you got to set those boundaries when you're on vacation also of when you're going to check in, when you're not, and make sure it's not disruptive to being present and enjoying each other.
And I think that is a bigger challenge than it's probably ever been, the technology, because we're completely plugged in, even when we're on family vacation, right? Everybody's got their own devices, and we forget to actually talk to each other. Let's talk about some of the benefits of unplugging, and how do we get families to actually talk to each other instead of their devices?
Yeah, so one of the things we have to think about is what does it mean to be connected and the reality of the 24/7 globally wired connected world that we live in. It is a reality, and we have to accept and embrace that reality and work with it, not against it, because I think you'll be running uphill if you are trying to work against it. So, consider this. A Glassdoor survey found that 61% of people work while on vacation, and a Randstad survey found that 42% of people feel obligated to check in while on vacation. So that's a challenge, right? We're really feeling that need, that pull. So for me, I think if you can create the right blend. So when you're on vacation, when you're away, if you could work in time when, hey, I'm going to get up before my kids or my spouse is up and maybe do a little bit of work or check in, or I'll wait until they go to bed or they're getting ready for dinner. If you want to check in and you have that, I like to call FOMO, that fear of missing out, need to check in at work, that sort of self-importance that no one else can do what I do kind of thing.
Angel's looking at me funny.
Exactly. There you go. So those may be the times to do it so that you're not disrupting. And also you need a role model for your kids, because remember, they're wired in too. They may not be checking in at work, but they're checking in on social media and with friends and maybe school stuff. So I think it's important to set those boundaries, but you have to have the conversation and talk about when it's in the drawer and close, when we're jamming the water slides or taking a hike in the park. That's out of bounds for the phones, and then it's in bounds during these times, and it's okay.
Yeah,
right? You gotta. Every family's different.
Every family is different. It makes a lot of sense. Get out there, take a vacation. We want to give thanks to the Kalahari Resorts and Conventions out there in the Poconos for setting up this interview, and thank you, Dr. Woody, for joining us. How do people find out more about you and your activities?
Okay, well, first just go to KalahariResorts.com and check it out. And then, of course, you can always just Google Dr. Woody. I'm pretty easy to find.
There you go. Google Dr. Woody. All right. Fantastic interview. And I loved the idea of getting out and making, take those small vacations, even the short ones, probably will reduce your stress levels, get you more active where activity is beneficial.
I just was on a webinar recently and talking about how to get through summer, and the first thing they say is take a vacation.
Take a vacation. There it is. Folks, we have to take a quick break for the top of the hour news and station IDs, but we will be back with a whole nother hour of positive business talk. Not going to want to miss any of it, so stay tuned and keep the volume up. This is Angel and Eric, and you're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
This is Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock and investment advisor and financial planner for J.F. Thompson Wealth Management. Please join me on Denver's Money Talk Radio as we chat about how to protect your investment portfolio and overall financial plan. So listen to me, Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, 8 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT, where I coach you on how money really works.
Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, weekday mornings at 8 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to be aware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
Financial market analysis from Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
Diversification is the key. You have to have diversification in these markets. And if you have all your eggs in one basket, when things go bad, you're going to get hurt.
It's financial food for thought on your drive home. Market Wrap with Mo Ansari.
Weeknights at 6 on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Let's talk about America's Wellness Clinic, where they are addressing two of the greatest concerns today, especially as people get older: health and financial well-being. Feeling perpetually unfocused, sluggish, tired, or exhausted? For about the same cost as a daily cup of coffee, America's Wellness Clinic offers applications that can boost blood circulation, enhance energy, reduce stress, manage sleep, help mental acuity, and give regenerative abilities for sports and work injuries. Over 100,000 Americans die each year from adverse prescription drug reactions. America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. Soon, America's Wellness Clinic will be providing a non-invasive cancer predisposition test, analyzing 31 genes linked to 8 of the most prevalent and devastating cancers. And what about your financial well-being? The professionals at America's Wellness Clinic provide continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, college funding sources, alternative investments, and much more. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com.
Take your home like it is and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Dear John, uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. But when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Very nice to have you with us. We're here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. How's it going over there?
Great.
Great?
Great.
All right. Well,
Great.
You know what time it is?
I do.
Okay. Let's tell everybody else.
It's time for I Choose the News.
That's right. It's time for You Choose the News, because I Choose the News doesn't rhyme. The game show at the top of the hour. This is where we like to give you news that you're not likely to hear anywhere else. And I've got several different stories for you.
It's so funny because you're like, it's news you aren't likely to hear anywhere else. But as soon as you start hearing it everywhere else, Eric's so excited.
Oh, I can't wait.
He's like, hey, I said it first.
Yeah. I love getting a jump start on Matt Lauer, and it is not often. It is now often that because we start early. And I get these news stories first. I like it. I do a lot. All right. Retail's dirty little secret. That's one story. There's a new pizzeria in town. Professional plaintiff. Or holy fish stories.
New pizza in town.
A new pizza in town. All right, well, you got to go to Silicon Valley for this. In the back kitchen of Mountain View's newest pizzeria, Marta works tirelessly spreading marinara sauce on uncooked pies. She doesn't complain, she never takes a break, and she has never needed a sick day. Oh, and P.S. Marta works for free. Marta is one of 2 robots working at Zoom Pizza, a secretive food delivery startup trying to make a more profitable pizza through machines. It's also created special delivery trucks that'll finish cooking pizzas during the journey to hungry customers if approved by the Santa Clara County Department of Environmental Health. Right now, Zoom is only feeding people in Mountain View, California, but it has ambitions to dominate the $9.7 billion pizza delivery industry. Think about that. They want to dominate. Here's the quote. "We are going to be the Amazon of food," said Zoom's co-founder and executive chairman, Alex Garden. Garden, 41, is the former president of Zynga Studios. Before that, he was a general manager of Microsoft's Xbox Live. So he knows a thing or several about technology, integrating technology with real life, and now he's getting ready to rock the pizza department.
Really?
Yeah. In October, Zoom began working closely with Swiss robot maker ABB. Robots.
Yeah.
Making pizza.
Yeah.
And a global crew of mechanical, electrical, and software engineers. In April, the startup sold its first cyborg-constructed pie to an unsuspecting customer in Mountain View. Wow. Inside of Zoom's kitchen, protective glass boxes separate the robots from humans. Marta hangs from the ceiling of her cage like a giant spider, her spindly robot arms converging ladylike to douse pie with sauce in under 2 seconds. We created her to spread your sauce perfectly, but not too perfectly, so the pizza still looks like an artisan product. Isn't that cool?
That is I
think it's cool.
Right, I said technology. It's coming into the retail and restaurant industry, and we're going to see far more automation and.
Yeah. By the way, Yum Brands, Pizza Hut, and Domino's have also been experimenting with robots as well.
Well, and I think that's where you're going to see that how do the current chains keep up?
Right.
Because those are the ones that have the toughest time, changing and evolving.
Arnold, I'll be back. Terminator 2 is coming right now. I'm telling you, it's happening. We're watching it. Robots are going to take over the world.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Professional plaintiff or retail's dirty little secret.
Professional plaintiff.
Okay. I didn't get to my third story.
Your fish stories.
Holy fish stories.
Oh, sorry. Holy fish stories.
Professional plaintiff accused of threatening to sue big companies for profit. Yep.
I mean, that's why you sue companies, right? It's for profit.
Not necessarily. Sometimes they do it for justice.
Oh,
has that slipped this guy's mind? Yep. For the past few years, a man from Green Bay, Wisconsin, has been threatening to sue big companies who perform background checks on him during the hiring process if they don't pay him hefty settlements. Believe it or not, his plan is actually working. He's been apparently at it for years. Corey Gorshek's strategy was recently revealed to Time Warner Cable lawyers when they filed a motion to dismiss a case filed against the company by Gorshek. It claims that within a recent 18-month stretch, Gorshek applied to 562 jobs with high-profile companies without any intention to secure long-term employment. Instead, he merely tried to catch companies violating the law during the hiring process so that he could threaten a class action lawsuit against them and demand settlements.
Dirty rat.
He is a dirty rat.
So just going in, knowing, waiting for there to be a flaw in their background searching.
Yeah.
And then sues them.
562.
So this is his job.
Yeah, is trying to catch somebody breaking the law in the employment site. 18 months, 562 jobs, and
500.
Each individual
jobs?
named in the suit. Each individual named in the suit could be penalized $1,000, which adds up really fast in the case of big time companies like Time Warner. That's a good question.
His buddy, isn't it? They all schemed this up over cocktails one night, right? Go home, buddy.
Seriously.
Go home, buddy.
All right. Retail's dirty little secret or holy fish stories.
Holy fish stories.
Really? Okay. In Tampa, Florida, a group of boaters out tarpon fishing off the Florida coast captured a moment that a large tarpon just flat out jumped onto their boat. They're out fishing for tarpon.
And one just jumped in.
Who needs the lines?
He's like, I got you.
Who needs the hooks?
Right?
Here
He
comes
just
the
jumped
tarpon. Woo, boom, landed on the boat.
Did a shark come by and eat it?
Yes, apparently a shark was chasing it.
Oh.
It was a hammerhead shark. And the fish, seeing the boat, said,
I'll take that.
Teeth behind me, boat in front of me, I'll take the boat.
Huh.
Yeah. Tarpon was chased around by a hammerhead shark and instead jumped onto this gentleman's boat. Holy expletive, a surprised crew member exclaimed. The tarpon cut its boat ride short, however, flopped back into the water, and the chase resumed for a short period of time.
Oh, did the hammerhead catch him?
The hammerhead ate well.
Oh.
Tarpon for dinner.
Oh.
Right?
Wow. And they caught it all.
All on video. Yep.
Yeah. Huh. There's been some interesting videos come out from fishing stories these days. Yeah, here I thought it was just a bunch of guys sitting around just, with their line in the water.
And their beer.
Right?
That's
it was just an excuse, right?
I don't know how you catch all this on video except that, right place, right time. But GoPro should install cameras on every fishing boat from this point forward. Retail's dirty open secret. Store traffic declines are shaking up the shopping experience. You heard me right. Store traffic declines.
But they're building a great big mall here in Castle Rock.
Yeah.
Right? Bigger than everything.
Although
because they think we want to shop more.
No, years ago, an editor told the author of this article in Forbes about the day that computers replaced typewriters at Fairchild's storied old Greenwich Village newsroom in New York City. The newfound silence was deafening. Although lighter shopper footfall has yet to hush the corridors of the nation's malls bit by bit, traffic declines are poised to change the sights and sounds of stores and shopping centers around the country. Retail's big traffic problem loomed as the underlying theme during the most recent spate of earnings calls, shadowing discussions by merchants ranging from Macy's and The Gap to The Limited. In fact, as a retail conference this spring, John Hazen, the Senior Vice President of Direct-to-Customer and Omnichannel for denim retailer True Religion, addressed the elephant in the room head-on by asking a crowd of his industry peers, is anybody not seeing declines in a large way in the traffic of your stores?
And they all are.
It's a big issue.
Wow. And so it's, they're getting more creative with some of their offerings.
Yep.
And, kind of creating, interactive spaces where folks can come in. It's more than just shopping, right?
Video killed the radio star.
The internet
killed the malls. Yeah. As they're building one just a few miles down the road.
Right.
Best of luck to them. Watch out for the hammerhead. We'll be back with more positive business talk right after this. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Network, home of ExperienceProsDeals.com. Check it out.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. We're hitting a new year, and you should, at the same time, come in with a new attitude, a new philosophy that you're going to make money when the stock market goes down. That's right. This is the third bubble, and you don't think it's going to crash? The first bubble did, the dot-com. The second bubble, the housing and financial con. Why do you think the third bubble, which is twice as big as the two previous bubbles, is any different? It's not different. Matter of fact, it's worse. It's going to go down faster. The stock market is going to go down 50%. You're going to lose 50% of the money you have in the stock market. You're going to lose 45% of the equity you have in your home. And you're going to lose 30% of the money you have in your savings. Yes, you are. Trust me. Join my gang, Phil's gang, so that we can show you how to benefit, how to profit. But you can't just sit there and own a stock You got to learn how to short the market. Join my gang. Learn how to short. PhilsGang.com.
Go to PhilsGang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
If you or a loved one has had your life turned upside down due to an accident, call Jeremy Cave. He'll work day and night to get you the money you're entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls, and he's there for you every step of the way. Cave Law understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, Cave Law thinks it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. Call Jeremy Cave today, 720-213-3737. Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation, 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out their brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today at 720-213-3737 or visit cavelawyer.com.
I founded Go Sober because traditional treatment doesn't treat the condition that makes it difficult for some people to stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is a chemical. Over time, too much of it causes a biochemical change in reward response, and until that change reverses, it's impossible to go very long without thinking about drinking. That's the failure mechanism. It's not a willpower or a character problem. It's persistent nagging that undermines the desire to remain sober. Talking about change or denying access does nothing to stop it. At Go Sober, treatment is real simple. Alcohol dependence develops simply from consuming a lot of alcohol over a long period of time. We treat it with other chemicals, medications that restore the normal reward response. These medications stop the thinking about drinking so people can get on with it. Call us to find out what we're all about. You'll gain useful information regardless.
That was Greg Hoffman, founder of Go Sober. Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org. That's 303-827-4837 or www.gosober.org.
I woke up last night to wind and hail. The wife was screaming. The kids did well.
Look at our roof.
They cried and cried.
The outside of the is now inside.
The ceiling caved in.
New insulation. Everything's leaking.
Everyone's freaking when my know-it-all neighbor came over and said,
"You know who I like."
"Who?"
Golden Spike. Hi, this is Spike McCarthy, and our promise to you is roofing done right to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. This next segment brought to you by the fine folks over at Movement Mortgage, movement.com. They exist to love and value people by leading a movement of change in their industry, corporate cultures, and communities. Movement Mortgage is an equal housing opportunity, NMLS ID 39179, NMLCconsumeraccess.org.
And here to talk to us is Sandy Corrigan, the operating principal at Keller Williams Denver South Metro. Sandy, welcome to the show.
Hi, that's such a mouthful, Eric.
You know, I'm practicing it, though, and it rolls off the tongue fluidly.
It does. It really does.
Sandy, welcome.
Good morning. Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be with you guys, and especially this morning, I want to talk about what it means to have a spiritual life in your business and prayer in your business.
Oh.
And one of the things that I love about the partnership with Movement and Keller Williams is that both of our value statements say that we believe in God, family, community, and business. And so we don't talk about this a lot in business, and yet it's interesting. I'm hearing a lot more people really want to talk about the spiritual life in business and what it can mean to bring goodness and abundance and help our clients and just even help the world, change the world. I think we can all agree that we'd like more peace and more love and more connection.
It is.
And so I have some tips on how to do that.
Oh, excellent! Because I am thinking, how do you bring that into the workplace? Because it is tricky. I imagine.
It is tricky.
Right.
So one of the things, I love the book that Gary Keller wrote that's a bestseller, Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, called The One Thing. And in it, Gary has kind of 7 circles that you focus on in each aspect of your life. And the first one is spiritual. And he asks what he calls a focusing question, which is, what's the one thing in this area? So if you're taking spiritual, what's the one thing in the spiritual area of life that if I were to do this would make everything else easier or even unnecessary? And don't we want everything else to just be easier or maybe even unnecessary?
Yes, absolutely.
And so I, look at it and think about, if I can start my day in that place, what it means for the rest of the day. And recently, Tom and I have a real estate team, and so we had a very difficult transaction, a high-end listing, difficulty in the relationship between the sellers because they were divorced, difficulty in the listing, the transaction itself because of problems uncovered, just bizarre things.
And all in one transaction, right?
All in one transaction over a long period of time. And, I know that happens sometimes. And so we did everything we knew how to do professionally, in terms of marketing and conversations and getting people together. And at one point, it just looked hopeless, like it was not going to happen because of just a bizarre thing, even with the city that nobody knew about. And so at that point, we pray every day, but at that point we said, we've got to bring more power to this. And in fact, for 5 years, this might be a little different than a lot of people, but for 5 years, we've actually had a prayer partner that actually is in the UK that prays for our family and our business and our clients.
I love that.
They're actually on staff for us because we see, the power that this brings. And so we enlisted that team of people in an even more profound way every day. And the good news to the story is we closed that deal, and it really was supernatural.
Wow.
It really was. So I've got some tips for people that they might, business owners and just even anybody in your job that I think would help. And the first one is, if you wake up in the morning, the first thing as you get your coffee is just get in a quiet place. Don't have a lot of conversations. So get on your email right away. Don't get on your Facebook, your phone, but just get quiet right away. And the way I like to start is I'll put music on or just kind of sit quietly. And then I like to start with listing and actually taking a journal and listing all the things I'm grateful for and all the things I am thankful for. And it's amazing what comes out of that, even in terms of an emotional place, is to put yourself in that place where instead of focusing on the problems, you're really focusing on everything that's good.
That makes so much sense, Sandy, and it just dawned on me today. I asked Angel as we were driving to work today. I asked her, what's in the box that you brought, and she couldn't think all clearly. She kind of said, "Well, just stuff." And then I said, "Oh, that's right. I'll ask you again when you wake up," because we drive in, way before
early.
dark. And now I think what she's doing is praying on the way to work, probably that we get there safely. It makes a lot of sense.
And then the next thing is I like to search my heart. So I get quiet again and say, what is there in me that needs to be corrected or improved, or, what am I maybe missing? And not in any kind of shame or blame or guilt way, but all of us, I think, want to be learning-based and coachable and teachable. That's what makes us good at what we do. That makes us better people no matter what our belief system is. And so what is it that will be pointed out? Because it's interesting, when you ask that question, something will appear. And I like to journal that down again and then, sit in a quiet place and say, well, what's one thing I could do about that today? Because there are times sometimes where I've maybe gotten short with somebody, and in that time period, I'm like, Sandy, you could go back and apologize, or you could ask forgiveness, or you could be a better listener, or whatever it is. There's that kind of quiet correction that comes in a really loving way. Mm-hmm. And the next piece is I ask for help. So along kind of with this is what help do I need? Who else do I need to be connected to? What other, meeting or what else do I need to read? And again, that kind of inner voice will give us a guide. And then I got to choose to trust. And the other thing I want to end with is write down the things that happen. We call them testimony. The word in Greek for testimony actually means to do again. So, Eric, when I call you guys up and I go, guess what happened? I create an atmosphere where that can happen for you.
Absolutely.
And I think when we share testimonies of good things with one another, we call each other into this abundant place. And that's what Experience Pros is all about, right? That's what our network and our group, that's why we exist together.
It's true. Sandy, we're out of time, so give your contact information, if you will. Please let people get in touch with you.
Yeah, call me. I want to hear about the good stuff, so call me at 303-284-8700, 303-284-8700, or at thecorrigangroup.com.
We sure love having Sandy on the broadcast. Of course, this segment brought to you by Movement Mortgage. They understand that purchasing a home is one of the biggest purchases of a lifetime. They've streamlined the process to ensure that the experience of obtaining a mortgage is as smooth and stress-free as possible. Movement Mortgage is an equal housing opportunity. It is a big mouthful. NMLS 39179, NMLCConsumerAccess.org. We are so grateful for Sandy, and are we out?
No, you have
We're
a minute.
Out. I have a minute?
You have 40 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
You have 40 seconds.
I am so sorry. I was racing through, and I thought that we were out. Please forgive me.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I think Sandy brings home a very valuable point in what we are all looking for. We can bring to the table and bring to our team. And so follow her, connect with her, share your victories, share those testimonials, because prayer really does make a powerful difference.
Absolutely. We're right behind that 100%. All right, now we're getting ready to go out, and so we're going to give you an opportunity to turn up the volume and listen to some of our sponsors. Here comes the Market Report. Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no...
Can money buy you happiness? Maybe not, but it sure buys you freedom. Freedom to do more for your family. Freedom to send your kids to the best college. Freedom to retire. But between our government and Wall Street, achieving financial freedom is harder than ever. That's where we come in. Money Talk 1690 AM. We're loaded with programming all day to help you profit from your investments and keep the government from taking it all away from you, because we're all about money. Money Talk 1690 AM.
Did you know that every dollar you put into a piece of real estate makes you money 5 ways? Cash flow, money in your pocket each month. Equity capture, the thousands of dollars you create when you have the right team and buy the right property using the right map. Appreciation. Real estate doubles in value about every 10 years. Equity buildup. Renters pay down your mortgage each month. And finally, the tax advantage. We pay almost no taxes on our cash flow and capital gains. These are the 5 ways we make money in real estate, which is why real estate accounts for more millionaires in the world today than any other investment vehicle. You should have some real estate in your portfolio. To learn how, attend one of our free workshops. Call 1-866-971-8970 or go to 5waysweMakeMoney.com and register for the next available workshop. That's 866-971-8970 or go to 5waysweMakeMoney.com.
Hey everyone, it's Eric and Angel inviting you to check out ExperienceProsDeals.com.
Our pro pick of the week is the Ostrich Baskets Executive Gift Basket.
Nothing says I appreciate you and your business or welcome to the team better than an executive gift basket.
With wine glasses, bamboo cutting board, cheeses, crackers, summer sausage, and an executive pen and pencil set with Padfolio. This is one of the gifts that keeps on giving.
50% off at ExperienceProsDeals.com. That's ExperienceProsDeals.com.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I wanted to share some of my experiences with Go Sober. I am a business owner here in Colorado and had been thinking about going sober literally for about 4 years. One of my biggest choices about going with Go Sober was that I'm a pretty private person, and when my alcohol addiction started, it started very privately. And when my rehabilitation started with Go Sober, it allowed me to rehabilitate privately, and having the flexibility of not having to go into a treatment program, going away from my family, away from my job. The infusions allowed me to put a reset button on loving myself again. My first infusion, I could go right past that neighborhood liquor store and not even think about stopping in and grabbing a bottle of wine. What's next for me is rediscovering all those things that I've lost.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org.
Hi, this is Hugh Hewitt for Granite Transformation. If it's time to redo your kitchen and your bath, this is a product you really have to see to believe. Beautiful granite, mosaic, or recycled glass countertops measured and cut to fit right over your existing countertops, so there's no messy tear out of your old counters. These are heat and stain resistant. They never need sealing, but most importantly, they are affordable and can be installed in most cases just one day. So give Todd Dutton and the staff at Granite Transformation a chance to earn your business. Call them today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. I'm sure you'll be as impressed as I was. I've met Todd, so make sure you tell him that I told you to call and receive a free stainless steel sink and save an additional 10% just by stopping by their showroom. Let Todd and the folks at Granite Transformation save you time, money, and headaches. Call today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. One of the great things I took away from my time in Colorado is a friendship with Todd. Make him your friend as well. Call 303-420-8920.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have in the studio somebody who's going to make sense of the chemistry between you and me.
Well, sometimes you feel like nobody's listening to you. You just can't get along. You don't hear what I'm saying. We saw a fun little meme yesterday, somebody describing 12 slices of pizza versus 8 slices of pizza.
That was hysterical.
And they just could not seem to agree or hear what the other person is saying. And it happens to the best of us. So we brought in our expert guest mediator, Mark Loy, a group facilitator and mediator working with Mediation Works 2 LLC, has more than 28 years of experience as a professional in the dispute resolution field, training and experience in mediation, facilitation areas including multi-party, environmental and land use, business, organizational, workplace, real estate, task force, everything you can think of. He's also the director of Jefferson County Mediation Services. Mark Loy, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Eric actually thinks that you're here. The last time we had you in here, you actually mediated a very real life issue that Eric and I have, and we actually have issues regularly. Most of the time, we just rock paper scissors and decide who's.
So you don't need me here every day.
Win. Not every day,
okay.
but on a regular basis.
We have you on retainer
on a regular basis for sure. But there's a lot of reasons I think that people don't want to bring in a mediator, Mark, and we're going to go through what some of those might be and why they should actually bring in a professional.
Yes.
In fact, we've assembled a top 10 list. Are you ready for these?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Top 10 reasons why people don't want to mediate and then why they should. Number 10, the other side isn't reasonable. They never agree to anything.
Well, I'd say both sides will typically say that no matter what the dispute is. And typically it's because they haven't really heard the other side. They're busy thinking about what they're going to say. They haven't really heard them. And since that other side doesn't respond the way they think, then they must be unreasonable. From what I've seen, most of the time when people talk, they're able to be reasonable, and I'm pretty good at getting them to do that.
All right. Top 10 reasons why people don't want to mediate, and they should. Number 9, the other person is crazy.
Hey.
I have heard this more than almost anything. Oh, no, they're crazy. They're unbalanced. They're paranoid. Take it what you will. After almost 29 years, I've very rarely seen somebody who's actually crazy. Now, I will say there are exceptions. There are some imbalanced people that come to the table, and you just have to figure out a nice way to shut it down. Most cases, it isn't crazy. It's a radically different worldview. I see it this way. You see it that way. You see that parking on the street is a good thing. I think you should be in the driveway. And hey, either guy is crazy.
Right, right.
So, not usually crazy.
All right. Number 8, mediation just won't work.
Mostly, it will. People think I've got all these other options. Mediation won't work. In fact, if you look at the hardest kind of case to settle, in my opinion, is a neighbor-neighbor feud. They're feuding over parking, barking dogs. The guy next door walks out naked to his hot tub.
Whoa!
Seen that? I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it several times. And it's usually people who shouldn't be naked to their hot tub. But be that as it may, if neighbor-neighbor cases sit down at the table to mediate, national figures, over 90% of them settle and come up with a written agreement.
All right.
So it's got better numbers actually than court.
Wow. You know what? I see all these arguments going on Facebook, neighbor issues. That's a big deal. All right. How about this one? Top 10 reasons why people don't want to mediate, and they should. Number 7, I don't feel safe talking to the other guy. I think he might be dangerous.
Sometimes that's true. Usually it's not. It's part of that whole crazy thing. You don't really know your neighbor. You don't know the business guy in the other business.
Right. They're going to poison my dog. Or, right?
Or we've heard that one too. And every now and then it's true. That's one of our first things we think about. We want everybody to be safe, including ourselves.
Right.
So if they need to go back and forth and do shuttle mediation and not to be face-to-face, we can do that. If we find a safe site, a courthouse, somewhere like that, we can do that. Or if we just set good ground rules where, hey, I know that guy isn't going to talk out of turn, that's great. And, we got a pretty good safety record.
Our guest is Mark Loy. He is a professional mediator, mediationworks2.com. That's mediationworks, the number 2.com. And we're going over the top 10 reasons why people don't want to mediate and why they should. Question number 6, or point number 6, mediation costs money and a court case has already been filed.
That's true. Mediation does cost money. We charge a fee, but it's not a vast fee. It's, comparatively speaking, we usually work cheaper than lawyers. I say that not that because lawyers overcharge, but it's simply the way the market goes. And if you think about it, if they don't pay us, the court case can drag on for months. It can go for month after month with motions being filed, and that all costs money for legal fees.
Court cases are not free either.
And no resolution.
And no resolution. But as I tell people, hey, I got time free next week. You want to try it next week? Let's try it next week.
Right.
And again, settlement rates are high. You save those months and months of life disruption, everything else, and you're done.
Right. All that stress you're carrying around while you're waiting for it to come to pass in the courthouse.
And we haven't even talked about health costs related to that hopefully you can avoid.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Number 5, an agreement reached in mediation is not binding, and I'm worried the other side won't keep it.
That is an issue. I will admit that if there's no court case filed, if it's like a typical neighbor-neighbor thing without it, then it's really what you write down. And we always like a written agreement is just an expression of what I say I'll do, an expression of what you say you'll do. Now, if mediation's court-ordered, then when the settlement goes back to the court, the judge can make it an order. And that's true in many business cases that I've worked on and so on, that agreement is going to be a court order. That's enforceable.
All right. Number 4, mediation takes too long. I'm on a tight schedule.
Mediation takes as long as it takes. That's my flip answer to everybody. And then they all grumble, oh, you're just being funny. I say, no, it really does. But you know what? Let's just sit down at the table and try.
It's like talking to a lawyer. That depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
What's the quickest mediation you've ever done, Mark?
About 15 minutes. When the people walked in and they weren't nearly as far apart as they thought they were, and somebody threw down a number, and the other guy said, well, I think that's pretty reasonable. It was a business case, and literally they walked away in about 15 minutes.
Wow. Right? And they'd probably been fighting for weeks over this whole thing.
Yeah, they had. Usually we're talking more like you have a couple-hour session. Okay. Probably you'll get down the road to settlement. If you don't settle and they come back again, you pretty much know you will, so they can always have a second session. So it's usually a couple, 3 hours.
Well, excellent. We're talking with Mark Loy, mediator, mediationworks2.com. Top 10 reasons why people don't hire a mediator, and they should. Number 3, I won't mediate if the other person is bringing an attorney or a spouse or some other person whom I dislike or maybe even fear. They're bringing their buddies.
They're bringing the new spouse who I hate, or whatever it is, and that may be the first thing to be discussed. Who's going to be there? And maybe if it's an attorney, the attorney can wait in the hall and be consulted with. Maybe the other side needs to also bring a support person. Well, if they're bringing an attorney, I'm going to bring my accountant, or I'm going to bring my brother. Usually you negotiate that to try and keep the table balanced, and I don't let attorneys be cross-examining people and so on and so forth. Our rules are if you're an attorney, you're a counselor, you're not an attack dog. So we can balance that pretty well.
You've dealt with this before.
Oh, many.
All right. Mark, my argument is valid. I don't want to be forced to compromise.
Mediation isn't compromise.
What?
It's not. We're not trying to just go 50-50 and say, okay, we'll split the pie. No. We're not going to split the pie. We're going to expand the pie. When you brainstorm, when you think about it, what happens is new ideas you'd never thought of come in. I had a neighbor case, barking dog, where the thing that needed to be done was a dog run needed to be built. The woman who owned the dog was a recently widowed single mother, didn't have any money. So the guy next door agreed if she'd buy the wood, he'd build the dog run so the dog couldn't see it, and they became fast friends after that because they collaborated.
Wow. All right.
And that came at the mediation table.
Yes.
That was never even on the table beforehand.
Nope.
All right, and the final number 1 reason why people don't mediate, and they should, I want to go to court because the judge knows the law. My argument is more convincing, and I will win. And if I go to mediation, I might not get everything I want.
If you go to mediation, you're not going to get everything you want, usually. However, if you go to court, you don't really know what you're going to get. Because you're not deciding anymore, a judge is deciding. And yes, there is the law, but the bottom line is the judge is going to interpret that law. I put this question out to
Mark,
about
we got to go, brother. I'm so
200
sorry.
meetings. Yeah.
Mediationworks2.com, yes?
Yes.
Mediationworks2.com. This won't be the final say. Get a hold of Mark Loy. We'll post his information on our website. I'm so sorry we ran out of time.
That's all right. We almost got to it. Court works sometimes it doesn't.
Nice.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday morning at 10 on Denver's Money Talk. You'll hear timely topics that really matter like Social Security, IRAs, 401ks, Roths, estate planning, protecting your investments in today's markets, and we answer questions from people like you. Tune in Saturday morning at 10 to hear me, Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement.
This is Dan Kaplis. A wise person once told me, if you don't have a seat at the table, you are going to end up on the menu. I think that applies directly to personal injury and wrongful death cases. If you're not represented by a highly accomplished law firm, the insurance company is probably going to eat you for lunch and you'll never even know it. So if you want to make sure that you and your claim are treated with the respect you deserve, give me a call. We are a serious firm for serious cases. And for 30 years, we have proven our ability to go up against the best the other side has to offer and to win. Our personal injury clients include everyone from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, teachers, farmers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and professional athletes. We are able to make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. You can reach me at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551 or dancapluslaw.com. That's dancapluslaw.com.
Are you interested in being your own boss but don't know where to start? MaidRight offers home-based business opportunities for people without business experience, so you can build a better life for you and your family. With MaidRight, you go into business for yourself, not by yourself. We provide you with a startup package, which includes guaranteed clients, initial equipment, education on MaidRight standards, constant support, and the opportunity to build a sustainable business in the community. MaidRight's home cleaning franchise offers a proven track record of stability, guaranteed revenue, and innovative cleaning methods that will help you deliver superior cleaning services to keep your clients satisfied. Give us a call today and see why a home-based business with MaidRight is the right fit for you.
Tap our number now, 303-898-0595. Change your life, 303-898-0595. Life is short. Clean less. Tap 303-898-0595 now.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to beware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919. Want a heavy-duty American-made vacuum that makes the others look like they? Come to All Ray's Vacuum and Sewing, where service and quality still count. All Ray's Vacuum is the oldest vacuum location in town for over 35 years. With over 200 makes and models on display and over 10,000 bags, belts, and parts in stock, you'll be sure to find what you need. So visit All Ray's for all your vacuum and sewing machine needs at 3740 South Broadway, just south of Hamden, or visit them online at allraysvacuum.com. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
That's right, all you stray cats, come on and hang out with us. Do your stray cat strut. We dig that. Thank you, producer Bill. Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. You know, Angel, I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday who works with two types of groups. He works with the Fortune 50s, right? The real big, they're making it kind of.
They're making it.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. And then he also works with startups. And he says, you know, I was talking to him, and he's talking about how he kind of gets in and trains them. And he says, but I just kind of look for something unique, something catchy. And it gave me the opportunity to share a story that maybe you haven't heard for a while. But do you remember one of our very first ever clients who hired us to trained them on the hiring cycle.
Oh, I do remember this, right?
Yep.
It was very early on.
Yep.
They'd hired.
They would hire 10 people.
10 people.
They'd lose 7 of them in the first month. 2 of them stayed for a month, and then the last one was gone by month 3.
Right, within 3 months, all 10 were gone.
Right.
For various reasons,
Sure.
right? We had to let them go, or they didn't show up for work, kind of thing.
The list goes on, but they were having an issue with their hiring cycle.
Mm-hmm.
They came to Experience Pros and said, "Can you help us in this capacity?" And we said, "We certainly can." And we wrote up a training module, and we went in. And you may or may not remember, but before we actually got to the actual training, everybody had their books in front of them. The owners, the contractor, and the foreman. They all had their books in front of them, but I insisted upon using my skills as a Starbucks coffee master to grind and then brew some coffee for us to enjoy. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Yeah. So I did that, folks. I ground the coffee, and I put it into a French press, and I brought out some chocolate because it was going to pair beautifully with it, and I poured the coffee for everybody. And then something unexpected happened. They all took a sip of their coffee, and then they spit it back out into their cups. Said it was like the most disgusting cup of coffee.
I do remember him saying, I was in the Navy and we drink sludge,
right.
and I won't drink this.
It was, I was mortified.
Right? Coffee
Humiliated.
master.
I am a coffee master.
Award winning.
So I'm turning 15 shades of red. I pulled everything back. I said, guys, I'm so sorry. Dumped it all out. The same beans, same grinder, same coffee pot. Let me have another chance. I beg you. And
something must have gone horribly wrong.
They were kind of shaking their heads, not
like,
really
whatever. What else are we going to do?
Ground the coffee. I brewed the coffee. I poured the coffee, put the chocolate out, crossed my fingers, and everybody took a sip. And it was the best cup of coffee they had ever had.
Well, what did you do different?
Well, once the coffee was good, we went into the training. And so I asked them to open to page 1. And there on page 1, it said, typewritten already out in their books, "Thank you for allowing us to train your company on the hiring cycle. Just as you experienced with your coffee, the hiring cycle is not about finding the right people, but instead is about filtering out the wrong people." And the man read that, and he looked up and he says, You meant to do this? You meant to do this?
I don't think he got.
And the answer was yes. We did mean, in fact, to do that. You see, the first time I ground the coffee, I ground it on a Turkish grind, which is the finest grind possible, and all they were doing is drinking coffee beans. It was,
it was
right,
pretty gross.
bitter, nasty.
Right.
Second time, I ground it on a French press grind, which is the coarsest grind possible, and it was exactly as the coffee was intended to be made.
Based on the filter.
Based on the filter.
What are we filtering out?
Yeah. So the reason I tell this story, and the reason I told the story yesterday, is because as we work together, you, whoever you are out there listening, you're thinking, well, maybe Experience Pros could help me grow my business. You might find that there's an appreciation of things that go on beyond the obvious. And sometimes we're just too close to the business.
We are, and we've done things, one way for so long, and until somebody else comes in and kind of shakes it up, or we are exposed to something different, we really, we don't know what we don't know.
That's
which
right.
is why so many successful athletes, even if they're already a success, and even successful business folks, hire a coach and a mentor. Because I've taken it this far, but now I need to take it even farther. I need to surround myself with people that are moving, that are growing, that aren't just willing to settle with where they're at. And so that's a lot of, they just get you to think outside of your, just the way you've always done it, this little box that you've put yourself in. Like it or not, we tend to be creatures of habit, and we tend to go where it's more familiar or where it's smoothest, right? The water travels in the, in the river where there's least resistance, right?
Yeah.
And so, sometimes we have to do the thing that's hard, the thing that's uncomfortable to get out of our way. And it's nice when you've got somebody
kind of encouraging you, pushing you,
Someone
and
who
even
maybe
there
been there before.
and there to remind you of your big why, of why we're willing to go through this when times get tough.
If you'd like help with your big why and to be reminded of how to get through things when they get tough, or maybe you're just looking for a creative solution to your business challenge, don't hesitate. Pick up the phone and call us at 720-344-2446. 720-344-2446, or write us at radio@experiencepros.com. We would be more than happy to listen, and if it's a good fit, help you with the resolution of whatever your challenge is.
So I was doing something yesterday with my daughters, and we were making these little videos. And in the videos, we were laughing and having fun.
Sure.
And we did this for like a half an hour, right? But as soon as it was over, just because we had been laughing and having fun in these videos, all of a sudden our whole mood shifted. And even though we weren't we were just kind of creating something to be funny.
Right.
And so you needed to be laughing and having fun.
But you took it with you.
But we took it with us.
Yeah, positivity has a way of being contagious in that way.
You can create that mood. You can create it by smiling, by laughing, listening to something, something that puts a smile on your face. You can change your mood like that.
It's intentionally positive always right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. And we invite you to tune in every day. Don't just tune in and listen passively. Get engaged. Write to us. Let us know what's going on. FanBrag using the hashtag FanBrag or 855-FanBrag. And share this show with others. Check out ExperienceProsDeals.com for 40 to 90% off on some fantastic deals. And we'll be back again to do it all again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.